Oh man, it is finally here. The Dead Space remake. And I gotta say, even though I wasn't asking for it, I'm glad it happened. I mean, oh man, to me, it is amazing. It will never beat the original Dead Space. And that's just because of the fact that, to me, at that time when Dead Space, the original, came out, it was something new and fresh, and it was almost like it was its own genre in video game. Even though yet to me it is still a survival horror. It's like I said, it's just not gonna beat the original, but it is something so awesome to bring today with better graphics and to have the original voice actor play Isaac. I mean, I was so happy that they got the original voice actor. So, um, I decided to do a review on Dead Space. I have never done a video game review before, so I apologize if I suck at it. But some of the things that I want to just talk about, and I'm just gonna go through it really quickly. Um, the controls felt awesome. They were smooth. Um, I didn't really have too many complaints. I kind of expected how the controls were going to be, especially I figured they were going to be like the first one, which they are. You can definitely track your objectives, which is awesome because I felt like the ship got even bigger compared to the original, and I would constantly find myself lost. So it was kind of nice to be able to do that again. Um, Especially being able to use the D-pad to switch between the weapons, and then you can replace the weapons out. The only thing I kind of wish that you would able to do was have all your weapons onto the D-pad, um, instead of having to go into the menu, switch it out, and then switch it to one of the placements on the D-pad to switch your weapons. Um, the other one was sometimes whenever I would bring up the weapon menu to switch a weapon during a firefight, fighting against necromorphs, sometimes that menu would stay up way too long, so it would block my view for whenever I was firing at the necromorphs. Um, but yeah, as for the gameplay is awesome. It keeps you, I mean, it's linear and immersive. And when I say linear, like it constantly keeps you going. Like Isaac is he fixed one problem and then another problem happens and he has to go and fix that other problem. Well, I mean, I know that sounds repetitive, but it has like this fluid motion. You 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 don't feel like you're just constantly doing the same shit over and over again. Um, the sound is when I say immersive, I mean I was sitting in the dark with my headset on and they're loud as fuck, and so you can hear every little detail. Um, and so it would scare the fuck out of me, and I always thought something was coming for me, so I was kind of on my toes. Um, so yeah, the sound. I mean, they that's one thing that Dead Space did such a great job of was the sound. Constantly like hearing parts of the ship. You don't know if it's just the ship or if it's a necromorph coming to fucking try to chew your fucking throat out, or what it is that's coming for you, or if it's nothing and you're just fucking your heart is racing for no apparent reason. The stories and the character. I mean, again, if you're a fan of the first one or the original, you kind of know who is who. Um, you have Isaac, who's the the main character in Dead Space, and I mean, I was so happy. Like I'm probably gonna say it a bunch of times. I'm so happy they brought the original voice actor to play Isaac Clarke because he embodies that character. You know, he pretty much brings that character to life. Um, but yeah, you have Isaac, then you had Kendra, who's standing right next to him. She's standing right next to Isaac. I kind of liked her character, even though towards the end I hated her character. But if once you start playing the game, you'll start to see why. Um, Hammond, I feel like you don't really see Hammond all that much. I feel like you see him periodically, and that's pretty much it. Like I felt like you saw him a lot more in the original game. You know, in the remake, I feel like you don't see him all that much, and you don't really talk to him all that much either. So I don't know, but yeah, the characters are awesome. Even though Nicole Brennan, I don't know which actress plays her, or who they got to um, model the character. I, it's just it's kind of she's kind of looks weird to me, but that didn't really bother me all that much. Um, but the graphics, they to me they look freaking amazing. I mean, everything, all the details were there. Um, I mean, to be able to bring the idea, just the graphics from the original, which came out in 2008 on PlayStation 3, and bring it in today in 2023. Well, I think the game out came out in 2020. No, it came out in 2023. So the graphics just, man, the ship is detailed, the coloring, the way Isaac's his suit looks, like just the details. I mean, even when you see him take off his helmet, and like when you upgrade his suit, just all the little details that get added onto the suit to make it even look that much more badass. It Oh man, I fucking love it, you know? Um I I know I definitely sound like a fanboy right now, because I'm definitely a fan of the game. Uh replayability, the first time I played it, it took me about 12 hours. And then the second time I played it, it took me about 9 hours. So it was about a 3-hour difference, and I probably could run through it a little faster. It just depends, you know. I The first time I played it on normal mode, which seemed really easy to me, and I'm not sure if that's just because the fact, like, I've played other survival horror games, so I was kind of, knowing what to expect, trying to save ammo or preserve ammo and preserve health. So I would constantly find myself using the stasis or the kinetic shit that I fucking forgot. But yeah, so I don't know. It felt really easy to me. I had a lot of ammo and health left over, and I think that's how it was in the first one, in the original. As long as you preserve your ammo, you pretty much had a lot towards the end. The different weapons. Man, my favorite one was actually the contact beam. I felt like the contact beam did like a massive damage. Also, I did like the alternating firing mode. Um, I'm trying to remember what the alternate. I forgot what the alternative. Man, if I can talk, the al- the alternative firing mode. I forget what it was. But yeah, the contact beam. You asked me, it does so much damage. Um, the force gun, whenever you're surrounded, I felt like that definitely pushed back the enemies to give you some breathing room. The pulse rifle, even though I didn't really like the damage that it did, it took way too much ammo to deal a lot of damage. But but I did like the alternative firing mode for the pulse rifle. which was the proximity grenade, which pretty much, I mean, that did a lot of massive damage, especially when you start upgrading. Also, too, you got the bench, which I mean, I love that they brought that back. Um, Also, too, I feel like you could find a lot of nodes. I mean, I pretty much was able to upgrade my suit all the way, as well as my pulse, or my plasma cutter. I pretty much had that upgraded all the way practically at towards the end of the game. Um, and pretty much the reason I upgraded the pulse or the plasma cutter, I keep saying pulse, but the plasma cutter was because of the fact that one of the trophies for Dead Space is using only the plasma cutter. But yeah, definitely, yes, me definitely is very addictive. It doesn't take that long to beat. If you're just running through it. If you're taking your time, definitely gonna take you anywhere between 12 to 16 hours. Um, I think it's definitely worth your time and money playing the game. And I mean, yeah, $70 is a lot of money if you ask me. So, I mean, if you know somebody who bought the physical copy, definitely see if you can borrow it from them down the line once they're done with it. But it's definitely worth playing the game. Like I said, I really didn't have a whole lot of complaints, but besides just the gun menu staying up way too long. The way the creatures look, I don't know if I mentioned that. The way the necromorphs look, the monsters, they were so detailed and they look so better from the original one, the original Dead Space. Like if you actually like after you get done killing one of them, like if you just look at it and just see how much more detailed they are, it is crazy. Um, my personal experience for the game, I definitely was able to play the game when not when it first came out, but I did play because I believe Dead Space the original came out in sometime in 2008. I was overseas by the time Dead Space came out, so I didn't get to play it, and I didn't have any access to video gaming at that time or electricity. But yeah, I was overseas, and so when I came back, I was able to play it, um, which is crazy because I didn't get to hear about it till I came back. I remember going to get my PlayStation 3 and from storage, and then going to GameStop when you know when GameStop was a thing back then. But but yeah, I definitely went to and saw Dead Space, and I was like, ooh, I gotta give this a try. And I automatically fell in love with it. I was like, oh my god, this is so amazing. I started looking it up, and then I remember seeing Dead Space. Was it Extraction or not? I think it was Extraction. Um, and seeing that was for the Wii, and that it was just coming out um sometime in like 2009. So like just under less than a year, they released that on the Wii, and I didn't even own a Wii, and I bought a Wii just to play that game. So I mean, I'm hoping in the future that they remake that for sure. Definitely add some more stories to Dead Space, like some side stories, because I always found those interesting, and they used to have like those. I think Netflix had like a couple of episodes on the game itself, or like these animated films that you were able to watch. I don't remember what they were called. If somebody knows what they're called, I mean, just comment in the comment section and let me know. Um, but yeah, I'm curious to see if they're ever gonna make a Dead Space 2 remake, and because Dead Space 2 the original, that was more action oriented, um, and you know Isaac talks a lot more in that one. And in this one he did talk a little bit, but just not as much. He was able to uphold those conversations, you know, because in the first one he was just quiet as fuck. You know, the only time you heard Isaac talk when he was getting fucking beat down by the fucking necromorphs and shit, trying to slit his throat and fucking kill him and shit. But yeah, it's if you have never played Dead Space, definitely, definitely give it a try. I think you won't regret it. Just lock yourself away in a room, complete darkness. You know, put on your headset, put it full blast, and you will shit your pants. So, but yeah, I this is my first time doing a review, so hopefully it came out good. And I wish it would be a little bit shorter, more condensed. Um, but yeah, I'll get better with doing reviews at with time. So yeah, I appreciate you guys if you guys took the time to listen. Um, um, but also hopefully I catch you guys on the next review. I appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys have a great day.